I think that if you have had any challenges with finances, whether in your business life or your personal life, you are really going to get a lot of value from this book. It's once again called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. And that means that if you're not making profit in your business, or if you don't know where that profit went at the end of the year, or if you have had trouble with payroll, or if you have ever not had money to make your tax payment when they're due, he gives you guidance on how to avoid these business-killing situations.
Hi, I'm Robert Niney, your spray foam advisor and the guy in the Hawaiian shirt. I wear the Hawaiian shirt as a symbol of freedom and flexibility, something that all business owners should want to achieve. You know how most SPF contractors start their business because of their technical skills, but they have no plan for growth? There's no consistency because decisions in their business are made on the fly. They are just trying to get through the day. And they are spread too thin because they do everything themselves. Well, what I do is help SPF contractors like that measure profitability, identify the key activities that drive success in their business, and create a game plan that develops consistency and growth. Let's get into it.
Today I want to talk to you about one of the best books that I've ever read related to business, called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. I highly recommend this book to anyone that is involved in any business or that deals with financial management in any way in their own personal lives. This book sets forth a framework for an implementable financial management system for businesses. But this same financial management system could be applied to your personal life as well. If you've ever thought to yourself at the end of the year, I've made all this revenue, I didn't pay myself very much throughout the year, and I don't have much profit, where did all the money go? Or at the end of the year, your accountant gave you your tax bill, but you didn't know where you were going to get the money to pay your taxes. Or in your personal life, if you don't know where your money goes, if you have more month at the end of the money, if you don't know how to save, if you don't know where your savings are going, or if you don't save money every year, then this book is for you and it can help. The author starts by describing the way that most people operate with money. We have our revenue or our income, and that comes in, and then we spend and we spend and we spend, and whatever is left over is our profit or our savings. When we have a big expense, we look at a bank account and we ask ourselves one question: can we afford this thing right now? And then we move on. This is the way we've been taught to think about our finances. Income minus expenses equals profit or savings. The issue with this is that people in business will spend and spend and spend with the purpose, the intent, the idea to do all of this spending so that they can grow their company. But they're not paying themselves enough. They don't have enough profit to show for the business. They don't accumulate for taxes. And all of this is detrimental to the way you think about your business, and it's detrimental to the overall impression that you give yourself of your business. You spend all of that time, energy, effort, and you don't have a profit at the end of the year. It is not a good long-term strategy. So, we have to do something different. The author says that we should create separate buckets or accounts for our business and immediately funnel a portion of each dollar that comes into the business into these different accounts. He suggests that the business collects its profit first from every dollar that comes into the business, hence the title of the book. We do this by creating separate accounts, at minimum these 5 accounts: the income account, the operating expenditures account, the payroll account, the tax account, and the profit account. And for you spray foam businesses out there, I might even recommend another account called the growth account. With these established accounts, all of your incoming revenue would be received in the income account. And then you would distribute a portion of each dollar that comes into the business into the other accounts, starting with your current percentages, with a goal to move to more ideal target percentage numbers for each account. The OPEX account would cover all business expenses. The payroll account would accumulate funds to make payroll payments. The tax account would accumulate funds to make tax payments, like unemployment, state, federal, and any other taxes that you need to pay throughout the year. The profit account would accumulate profit for the business. And if you are daring enough to create a growth account, this would be to fund business expansion and the purchase of new equipment. Your income would accumulate in your income account, and then on a regular basis, weekly or bi-weekly, the funds in your income account would be split into the other accounts based on percentages that are best suited for the type and size of your business. For a spray foam contractor, the percentages might be something like 40 to 60% for the operation expenditures account, 15 to 25% for the payroll account, 10 to 15% for the tax account, 10 to 15% for the profit account, and 3 to 5% for the growth account. First, these are target percentages. They're not set in stone. They may need to be modified based on your specific business. And second, you may look at this and say, I am nowhere near 15% profit. I could never pull this off. But remember, these are not starting percentages. These are target percentages. You should start this process and build a habit, starting with where you are at now, and slowly modify your percentages each month or each quarter until you get to these target levels, or better target percentages that fit your specific business type and size. This is the foundation of a financial management system that you can implement in your business immediately. These concepts and strategies and implementation were amazingly impactful for me. I put these concepts into my business right away. I think that if you have had any challenges with finances, whether in your business life or your personal life, you are really going to get a lot of value from this book. It's once again called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. And that means that if you're not making profit in your business, or if you don't know where that profit went at the end of the year, or if you have had trouble with payroll, or if you have ever not had money to make your tax payment when they're due, he gives you guidance on how to avoid these business-killing situations. And finally, another version of this book for you to consider is called Profit First for Contractors by Shawn Van Dyke, based on all of these same principles as Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. My advice to you is check out both of these books, read them, try to understand them as best as you can, and figure out if this is a system for financial management that you want to implement in your business.
Like this video and make sure to subscribe here on YouTube so you are notified when we release future videos. And if a strategy discussion might be helpful for you and your business, you can book a call with me at spfbiz.com.